no, you know what's funny? Is when you think it's gonna be Father's Day this past weekend and you're all like, I can't share any of my videos that I'm gonna be filming until later on in the weekend. Thinking, yeah, after I give them the gift, then it's for your grandmother to come and smack you in the face and be like, it's next weekend. And you're just like, no, it's not. We kind of got into like a little bit of an argument. Not really an argument, but she's all like, I'm looking at my calendar. Well, she's in my abuelita voice. And she's like, no, estoy viendo aquí en el calendario. No. And I'm all like, you know what? You must be right. She's like, sí, Día de los Padres. And I'm all like, okay, you're right, you win. Except for then I'm like, dang it, I have no videos. And then allergies happened. I was cleaning off all the little clay pieces I was making, like, that's supposed to be a rim. Or like, see? Painted silver. I'm kind of cleaning them off because I forgot that I baked, I guess, and... Ah! No! That piece was the one I didn't want to drop. It's supposed to be a fan belt. Hair in my face. See? Any fan belt. Or at least my interpretation of what a... No! I keep dropping it. Okay. Clean Alethea very carefully. You know, put it down and clean it. That's like the one piece that I'm dreading breaking because it's so thin and fragile. And when I was actually making it, it feels like it broke right there. But if anything, I'm going for like artistic intent of saying, no, it's actually like that because that's where the fan belt broke. Right, totally. A little miniature gas can. Bloop, 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 bloop. There's gonna be a sound effect for like each one of these probably. I'm just really, really proud that I made these little miniaturized tools. Because they're super tiny if you can't tell based on my hand. Well, that's relative. Let's get something normal size so you guys can see scale. Okay. Because Alethea's hands are just, no. I have tiny hands, so everything just looks, I don't know. So this is a lens cap. Okay, lens cap in comparison to the object. Like, this is probably the size of the lens cap. See? Almost the size of the lens cap. And then this guy's a little bit tiny. See, tiny little guy. And then, yeah, the little belt. I want to pick this guy up really quickly. See? Alright, and then little miniature funnel. Look at this guy. And I made him functional. Not that he needs to be, but for my peace of mind. Anyway, I promise you, you can basically pour liquid and the milk come out the bottom. Not that it's going to need to do that, but aesthetics, and if I'm going to make something, I'm going to make it proper. Anyway, that one doesn't need to be cleaned off. Maybe this guy does. Next time, mental note to self. If you ever plan on sitting there and actually making little clay objects in your little miniature oven, or your little microwave oven, not miniature oven, you're just a tiny person, Alethea. God. Not everybody calls it their miniature. I'll call it my miniature easy bake oven. Anyway, moving on. So, mental note. Always clean the aluminum off, or change out your aluminum before you just sit there and go, ha-ha! Yeah. So, little miniature oil bottle. Glug, 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 glug. And then, what else? What else do we have? I'm trying to like make everything like little clay pieces. I was actually going to go and do 3-dimensional ones, but that was not going to happen. That was going to be a lot more clay than I had, and I was like, you know what? Hey, let's go with 1D and try to make them like 2D. And hold on, let me just clean this guy off, and then I'll show you the rest of them. So then, we've got a little bit of a, looks like a dresser. It's a little workbench with an actual table top. And then we have battery. And oh, this isn't like my favorite one. I think this is a torque wrench, if I'm not mistaken. This little guy. Probably like the hardest thing to make, but it makes me feel so satisfied because when you look at it like this, it actually does look like the tool that I was actually trying to interpret. But yeah, so that's what I was up to this weekend, except for Father's Day until next weekend. And I had no video. So yeah, that's that's what I was up to this past weekend. What were you guys up to? I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. My weekend was awesome. Other than allergies, I painted some, finished up a few of these. This one's done, and I think this one is, I keep looking at them. I'm that type of person where it's like, they just have to scream like they're done. This one feels like it's on the verge, or it is done. There's something right here that I'm like, I want to develop a little bit. I did not mean to give you guys the finger, but there's like this little piece right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, where I'm like, I want to put more color right there. Then I'm like, no, resist. But then I'm like, it looks like a hand then reaching out. Or does it already look like a hand reaching? No, I need to put that other finger in. But I'm like, no. I'm debating that one. So yeah, that's my inner debate with myself. And then there's this one that I just, takes my breath away. I'm absolutely in awe of it, and that I actually did it, and I made this. It's made with color pencils, not color pencils, color pastels. So yeah, that's this thing. And then I have two more, which I'm still working on because I just don't feel like they're done. Anyway, that's what I'm up to. As you can see, I'm feeling kind of better, or I'm powering through the allergy feeling. Granted, it's probably going to be a little bit before I mess with some pastels, because I think that's also not helping. Anyway, yeah, so that's a thing. Hope you guys are doing awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.
Whatever it is that you believe you're seeing, it's not real.
Seeing things before they happen. Things are not always what they seem in this place. So you can't take anything for granted.